No longer does tough love work on young men. They trigger the most profound driving factor of your humanity. You don't stand a chance. Politics, agitation. Dating, agitation. Career, agitation. We live in a globalized society, and along the explosion of human population, it becomes more and more difficult for individuals to find their voices. You have to have a very loving, secure childhood upbringing in order to cultivate the strength to stand up for the heavy weight of societal mediocrity. From the moment you enter this world, especially for those who have never experienced life before internet, you continuously become bombarded by others' opinions, views, perception of life. You don't stand a chance. It skews your understanding of reality. You view everything through digital space, through a screen. Politics, agitation. Dating, agitation. Career, agitation. Everything creates this anger, this rage within you because nothing works. And negative information, negative news have a tendency to do much better than positive ones because they trigger the most profound driving factor of your humanity. Fear. Fear is the driving factor that makes you to take decisions for this and that, steering you into the direction that your life will develop. Negative emotions trigger your attention and you become focused on something that doesn't affect your life in a positive way. On the contrary, it becomes a poison that makes your life even more unbearable. You consume so much dense information on a specific topic in a very short amount of time, very intense, that your brain wires you in a way that you apply that kind of a perception, that filter on your everyday life. Not realizing that small corner that you are very engaged in represents a minuscule part of what really happens in the world, represents a minuscule portion of what life is about and how to navigate through it, through this short span of time that we are blessed with to experience this beautiful life. We become so biased and think that our perception of what we have gathered through watching endless amount of content, through social media, news, is how really life is for everyone, which makes you more and more live in your head, ignoring the real world out there. Laziness is exactly what happens when you feel drowned. It's the body's natural response. When you feel overflown by information, it shuts down your restless mind. Instead of choosing one thing and sticking with it, you become paralyzed and abandon the whole operation even before you had the chance to start. Because in your mind, everything is already done. There's nothing new to invent for you. There's nothing new for you to explore. There's no creativity in you that you can bring into this world. You feel pitiful. You feel too small in a big world where you have nothing of worth to contribute to society, to community, to other people. So you beat down on yourself, picture yourself in a very bad light, making yourself even more miserable. Laziness is a consequence of lacking direction. There was a great comment on one of my videos. I think it was from Old Dude Wisdom. He cited an antique philosopher, Seneca. If a man does not know to what port he is steering, no amount of wind is favorable to him. You can have a lot of energy, a lot of passion to contribute, to bring something into this world. But if you don't know where to steer that passion, where to steer that energy, where to steer that creativity, nothing of worth will happen. In order to build something, you have to show up each and every day, and your work will be a compounded result of investing hard work and love and sweat and tears into your creation. Lazy people are just lost in cause. They have none. And that's why experiencing life becomes a misery. Especially now that humanity has drifted away from rationality more and more and embraced emotionality more and more. Having a negative connotation, the word laziness makes emotional people to respond in a contrary way, pushing them into doing more of the same things that made them to arrive at the state they are. No longer does tough love work on young men. We have to lure them into self-improvement so they don't become too emotional and triggered and need mommy to hug them when life seems too hard and unbearable. Laziness is confusion. a ship without a captain. Finding destination demands sacrifice and dedication. I know, it sounds very cliche, but that's exactly where you're at if you feel lazy. Only by being sick and tired and being emotionally invested into the cause of finding your direction in life, emotionally invested into your transformation, will something of substance happen. The best thing you can do is to dig deep into yourself, starting now. Watch this video, relate to this topic, packed with information. And this one as well. You won't regret it. How do you deal with your lazy moments? And what's your best advice to others? Leave a comment down below. But for now, Hossein out.